I got some bad news. All right, I am actually up here right now, as I promised you guys, and I'll show you so you guys can see real quick, and then I'll get into it. But I'm actually up here, and this is the site, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so you guys can see it. But this is the actual hall that Malcolm X, and that's his name right there at the front. I'll actually go right here so you guys can see it. I got to give you something, but if you can see real clear, that is his name right there. And I'm going to try to zoom in here a little bit as much as I possibly can. But if you see that stage right there behind you, that's where Malcolm X was killed. And so this right here is the actual hall, the Audubon Ballroom that you know about. I was just literally inside here, but the cleaning man, he's contractual. I'm going to try to put this a little bit more up against the glass. And this building is closed now for some renovations or something like that that's going on. I guess it's mandatory that they do. But that stage right there that you see is where Malcolm X was killed. I'm going to try to get a different angle of it so you guys can see maybe a little bit better. It's a shame. And he says he has no idea when it's going. What's going on in that? So I don't know how well you guys can see that. Maybe if I go over here, you guys can see a little bit better. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. That would have been, and that's actually a picture of Malcolm on the wall there, even though I can't zoom in, but so much right there. But that right there is the stage where Malcolm X was killed. And as I said, you can see his name right here. El-Hajj Malik Shabazz. So this is the location. This is the Audubon Ballroom, the movie the same place you see in the Audubon Ballroom. It's just unfortunate because I came up here before and I thought I missed it, and now I feel like it didn't even matter because I'm up here or whatever. But the reason I wanted to come up here is because Malcolm X's family, I'm just going to keep this on this for a few minutes or whatever so you guys can see, so I didn't come up here for nothing. Malcolm X's family is now suing the United States government. This is a strategy that I spoke of long ago where you go to the UN, you go to the federal government lawsuits or whatever, and there's a prerequisite of the lawsuit itself. This is the funny thing. There's actually been payouts given for the families of Martin Luther King and a few others. So it's a very interesting lawsuit. Yes, Martin Luther King's family received money for his death. I'm going to turn this camera around in a minute so you guys can see me a little bit better, and maybe I will take you around. Unfortunately, since I can't go inside, that's a bummer. So let me take you guys around here so you guys can see my little ugly mug again. I'm coming behind you, officer. So this right here is the actual Audubon Ballroom. And like I said, guys, it's just so unfortunate that I can't go in because I don't know if it's a renovations. I don't know what's going on exactly what they're doing, but evidently I can't go in here. But this is where Malcolm X was killed. And I thought, and I wanted to do this yesterday actually, but I didn't get the opportunity to do it. But if I would have got the opportunity yesterday, it would have been on the last day. It would have been on the last day of Black History Month. And I hate to say it. Thank you. I hate to say it, but it's unfortunate that so many mothers didn't come out and do their own filming and come up in here, whatever the case may be. Let me scoot in a little bit more so you guys can see. If you're just tuning in to tune in later. This right here, as you can see, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you. Right there. Now you can get almost a clear. That's Malcolm X's poster right there on the stage. But on that left-hand side right there where you see a silhouette, not the picture, that right there would have probably been where he was standing at. I'm sure of. That's where he was standing at when he was shot and killed. So this is actually the place. And his name is right here, as you can see. El-Hajj Malik Shabazz, Malcolm X's name. So I just wanted to come up here and show you guys that. I'm sorry that this live is going to be shorter than I actually thought it was. But I want to say thank you to the guy that was inside. I'm going to throw up a picture for you guys in a minute because he did allow me to take a picture and he allowed me to grab some quick video. So I want to give a shout out to him. And tú sabes, la gente latino siempre la barrio. So anyway, guys, I just thought I would bring you guys up here, let you guys see that right there. Like I said, when you see that silhouette standing right there, I'm going to try to put this a little bit better so you guys can see. Maybe if I pull this up a little bit more, it'll be better. Yeah, that seems to be better. And that's Malcolm X standing right there, and I think that's a picture of him when he was actually coming here to the actual Audubon Ballroom, and right there where that silhouette is, where it would have been where he was standing when he was shot, as y'all see depicted in the movie with Denzel Washington. So that's my contribution. That's my contribution yet again to Black History Month. I want to say that it's unfortunate that more people didn't get involved in it, more people didn't see, you know what, I want to stand right under here. This is what I want to do. It's unfortunate that more people didn't want to get involved, more people didn't want to do more, or whatever the case may be. And I'm not going to say this, if anything. You guys spent the whole Black History Month gossiping about each other on YouTube. As a YouTuber that's got over tens of thousands of followers now, it's like, it's unfortunate, man, because a lot of people, they spend their time arguing, talking about Jaguar right and everything like that, which I got to talk about her again later on. But it's not on the premise that you think. I don't get into people's marriages. I don't get into that, you know. I'll make a suggestion. Maybe y'all need to break up for a minute. But never do I dig myself deep into somebody's marriage. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. I don't do that. Don't ask me nothing about your husband. Don't ask me nothing about your wife. But you guys have got to stop this gossiping thing and start getting more and sitting in line to figure out what's going on out here. Because there's a lot of things going on under your noses. And only certain groups of us within the diaspora or the culture know about these things and can lighten on them and speak about them, pontificate, et cetera, and articulate on all kinds of heavy conversations. But if no action's been taken, it's just a bore. So let's make sure of this. Next year, when Black History Month comes, don't spend Black History Month gossiping about each other, talking about each other, et cetera, et cetera. And once again, I'm up here. Like I said, once again, guys, I'm up here, and this is the actual location where Malcolm X was killed, on this stage right behind me or whatever. And I'm going to show you guys one more shot. It's unfortunate I can't go in the way that I want to, or maybe that's possible. Hold on, let me see something. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try to finagle something. I see people coming out. So I think I can at least get a shot through the door. We're not going to go in, but I can at least get a shot through the door. So let me take you guys right here, because I owe this to you guys. There we go. There we go. How about that? So that way I'm not going in here. But it's closed right now, unfortunately. Not because of the daytime hours or whatever the case may be, just because of renovations and things like that. But at least I can get this. So once again, let me reiterate. This is where Malcolm X was shot and killed. It's out of the Ballroom. And as you can see right there, where he would have been standing at right there, where the silhouette is, that's where he would have been shot and killed. Here's a poster of him right here. Okay, so this wasn't a waste. Thank God, but I really wish that the mosque was open so I could go in and show you guys or whatever the case may be. Evidently, another company has bought this building at some time or another. I'm gonna move over here and show you guys something else. This is another poster that they have up here. I'm live here at the location where Malcolm X was killed, and as you can see, that was actually right out in front here. They just took this commemorative picture. I can't read it particularly yet, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take some strong shots or whatever, so I have something for you guys. Then let me let you guys see. I was doing this through the window and I didn't know the whole time, and as you can see, Malcolm X's name is right there. This is the actual crescent right here. And zoom in here, so my man, he was on to respect him. And Malcolm X and Daddy, and this is what they named it now. And I believe this is recognized by the city. And here, I'm gonna do another pan right here. 2/21st, 1965. Y'all see that date right there? This Malcolm was shot and killed. And this right here is when he was born. Well, that wasn't the date he was shot and killed, but, you know, to his life. And this is something that's on the window here. But I'm just going to be quiet for a second to let you guys soak this in. So I have to talk too much. But once again, I'm here. This is actually the place out of the Ballroom that you see depicted in the movie Malcolm X, when Malcolm X was shot and killed right here. So this is my contribution, once again, to Black History Month. And where you see that silhouette at, That would have been where Malcolm was standing and he was shot and killed. I'm going to share this. Give me a second, guys. But once again, we're here where Malcolm X was shot and killed right here in New York City, in Manhattan. Right there where that silhouette is standing, that would have been where Malcolm was standing when he was assassinated. And there's his wife. The reason I can't go in here right now, guys, because the mosque is actually closed for renovations. This is a historical site as well. Usually it's open. When it is open, I will revisit here, regardless, even if it's, that or not. But just so you guys can get a scale. Like I said, I'm gonna be quiet here. I'll do some things here on my own, so you guys can see later on. I'll take it to another angle. Once again, we're here when Malcolm X was shot and assassinated. And like I said, once this place opens back up after they finish doing their renovations and everything like that, I would definitely come back up here, guys, and let you check out everything. But at least we got this. So once again, right there, where you see on that podium right there would have been where Malcolm X was standing when he was assassinated. And I'm imagining that the podium originally was right there, maybe to the left a little bit more. The seats and everything else would have been right there, just like you see depicted in the movie. Zoom this out a little bit more so you can see the actual scale of this place. It's not a small place. And like I said, once this place opens back up, I will definitely come back up here with no problem whatsoever and let you guys see a little bit more. Go inside. I don't want to ever stand on the stage, though. I think that's sacrilegious to stand on the stage. Don't you agree? So I don't ever want to do that. This is actually where Malcolm X was shot and assassinated here in New York City. And I don't know why more y'all ain't never came up here. Y'all talk all that blackity black stuff. Y'all ain't never came up here one time in your life. A lot of y'all got do a lot. In my opinion, a lot of you guys abroad, y'all got a lot of motherfucking questions to be answered. I'm gonna tell you that much. Yes, you do. Y'all right here in New York City. I live the next state over in CT, and I come to all this stuff. Ain't none of y'all did this for Black History Month, but y'all got uploads about Jaguar writing. You ask me what they think about, what they care about the most. Ask me what you think they care about. Once again, I'm here at the location where Malcolm X was shot and assassinated right here in New York City. I'm gonna zoom in again. That's his wife, Betty Shabazz, and a picture of her. That right there is Malcolm X himself. And right there where you see that silhouette statue would have been where he was standing, where he was shot and killed. Right there where you see that statue. Not the posters, but the statue. That's where he would have been standing at, where he was shot and killed. I'm gonna say RIP to Malcolm X. Had it not been snowing yesterday, guys, I would have did this yesterday. But things happen for a reason at the same time. Ain't gonna be no shout outs or no cash apps or nothing like that on this one. This will get a pass. I'm gonna pan a little bit more here for you guys. Show you guys a little bit more. This is the place here. As you can see. Then right above, I want to do it this way. It might make a difference. You can see his name right there. And I'm going to turn this camera around so you guys can see a little bit more clearer. El Hajj Malik Shabazz. And that's the date he passed away. And this is the date he was born. And this right here says knowledge, conveniently, which I think he strived for everybody to see. And very meticulously, let me go out of this a little bit. You can see there's an X right here. So, I hope you guys enjoy me coming up here one more time. I'm gonna let you guys see this before I sign off. I've got to charge my battery anyway. But this is a beautiful mosque. I'm gonna come back up here, like I said, and go back in, but this is the actual place where Malcolm X was shot and killed. Right there, as you see, that silhouette right there, that statue, that's where Malcolm was standing when he was speaking. That is perfect right there. Now you guys really get to see it. That's where Malcolm was standing at when he was speaking. That is so funny. I came over here and just I love Samsung. Anyway, that right there is where Malcolm would have been standing at when he was assassinated. And then I'm just trying to pan out of here a little bit more. And right there, that's him and Betty. And the reason I also felt it to before anybody goes is because there's a $100 million lawsuit, federal lawsuit against the federal government. If you guys don't know, Malcolm X's family and a whole bunch of other Black and Latin freedom fighters, if you want to say at the time, their families were rewarded judgments, a lot of times with secrecy and unbeknownst to the public, but it is there. You can look it up in the Freedom of Information Act if you wish to do so. That picture right there must have been with Malcolm when he was headed here or whatever. And I'm going to go outside the building if you guys want to stay with me in a second here and show you. Now I'm going to zoom out, and that's how the setup would have been. So all the seats and everything like that, they would have been right there in the front, row by row by row by row. Malcolm would have been talking right there. And then the assailants would have came from probably right here. And when you see them bust out and run out the door, which is depicted in the movie, they're actually running out of these doors right here. Now I'm pretty sure these doors have been fixed for a lot of times, but other than that, I guarantee they have not changed. They have not changed. Those are probably the same doors, and as you can see right here, Malcolm X's Death Deserves Memorial and Education Center, this is what they made it. And the only reason I'm not inside right now, guys, not because I showed up late or anything like that, but was because they're doing some renovations in this place. It's a federally recognized place, so they have to do up the code and keep the place renovated so other people can come in. So when they open back up, which I'm pretty sure is going to be right spring around the corner, I'll be back here. I'll come back here, whatever. I was supposed to do this yesterday, and I didn't do it because we had a real snowstorm. All the stuff ended up melting, whatever. I'm going to pan up here real quick so you guys can see El Hajj Malik Shabazz. Like I said, this is where I'm at right now. This is the actual location where Malcolm X was killed. I'm gonna go out here. I'm say a few words and I gotta get off of here, guys. Give me a second. This is the actual outside part of New York. This is the actual mosque where Malcolm X was assassinated and killed right here. Guys, we just now tuning in. Let's go back to the beginning. Make sure you watch through it. That's his name right there. Like I said. So, like I said, just ending this off. I want you guys to do something, man. First of all, let me get right here so we get a little bit of light. I want to make sure this can everything. What I want you guys to do while you're online, start using your power and your numbers to do some good. You spent all of Black History Month sitting back and not going to any locations, not doing anything but gossiping and trying to get cash apps. You motherfuckers should be ashamed of yourself. Excuse me, Malcolm, right behind me. But I'm pretty sure your great aunt or uncle or somebody like that would have told you the same way. So with that being said, right, there ain't nobody's great aunt or uncle. But listen, shape it up. Because what you guys are starting to do, you're starting to look comedic. And the same comedic relief that you think that you give, but the same way other races give to their crowds, it's not the same. It's completely different. And sooner or later, you're going to figure this out, and it's going to be too late. None of y'all went to any of these locations and did any of this stuff for Black History Month. And I saw a couple people at the last moment try to post up some shit on the very last day of Black History Month. I'm like, come on, you spent 27 days gossiping, who's hollering, who's sleeping with who online, right? And then on the last day of Black History Month, you want to throw up an upload because you care. I hear you. You know, be like me. I went to Seneca Park for you guys, or Seneca Village, which is now Central Park. I went to Wall Street and showed you guys the actual wall that used to be there to keep the American Indians and the Negroes out. They might attack us at night, boss. It was a fear. They built this wall all the way up to a church. You know, this is American history. So, unfortunately, I went there, and where else did I go? I went somewhere else too. Oh yeah, and I went to the museum to film the Black exhibit and the Latin exhibit specifically for Black. So I went to 4 different places. And do you know when I'm online and I'm doing live, depending on the topic I'm talking about, people will say, how you asking for cash apps? How you doing this, homie? I just came up here to where Malcolm X was really killed at for Black History Month. Like, this is this is for real. Like, this is not a joke. There's his name on the wall. You know what I'm saying? So don't tell me I'm not putting in the work. You understand what I'm saying? I'm putting in more work than most of you guys are sitting home in the bedroom in the studios. I've been in the bedroom in my studio probably, what, 2 times this week or whatever. The rest has been uploads, edits, and everything else. So I'm just saying, respect my work, respect others' work on here to put in actual work, to actual go places. There's nobody that actually came up here and said, hey, listen, let me go up here and see where Malcolm X was shot at and killed. And they use his name, they use other people's names or whatever in their diatribes online, and it's getting old. So if you're not going to actually put in the work, if you're not going to actually, guys, and I'm saying this, not as a blog, but this is a person. If you're not going to put in the work here on YouTube, and you're like me, you got tens of thousands of followers, then don't do nothing. You just stay out of all of it. You know, I'd rather you not do nothing than sit there in front and finagle like you're somebody that you're not. That's the sad part about it. These guys use these names like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and many others to take donations. They wild the crowds up and all that. I don't do that shit here. I smoke on camera, I curse, I'm a tri-state boy. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I'm half New York, half Connecticut. That's me. So, let me tell you this. Next year, because it's over now. Next year, I want all you boys and girls, all right? All you immature fuckers, and maybe you grab some maturity on the way out. Because see, the difference is I had room. I'm not that old, but I had room. I'm not old at all, but I had room to halt maturity and actually have some fun. The world that it's now, you don't have that halt so much, huh? So let me say this to you. As you sitting in your mama's house, or as you laying on your girlfriend's couch that you ain't on the lease. Oh yeah, I know you motherfuckers right there. You gotta watch out for them types. Those be the ones that be trying to pump the chest out, act like they men. You ain't no man. You sleep on your girl's bed. That's your girl's apartment, you know? So, when you're questioning me and I'm talking about, yo, hit up the Cash App, hit up the PayPal, whatever, what you can, $STRINGERBELL80. When you're doing that, ask yourself this question. Are the people that you're donating thousands to here on YouTube, are any of those people going to any of these locations, or any of these people showing any type of homage towards, you know, Black History Month? And what you'll find is, looking at their videos, no, they didn't. They didn't take one opportunity, one investment, not one day out of their time. They didn't even go anywhere. People that live here in New York City. I live in Connecticut. All right, it's the next state over. I came here. I'll show you this, guys, one more time before I head up out of here. If you guys want to see on the replay, just go back on the replay. I went inside or whatever. But guys, I just wanted to make sure I bought you this. All right, so right now, I'm going to find me something to eat. If you guys want to hit up the Cash App, it's $STRINGERBELL80, Stringer Bell 80. It'll be a link found in the description box, also in the pinned comment. Also, guys, one other thing. I'm going to have some other things going on. We're going to be selling some music and some merchandise and all that stuff. So when you see that stuff launched here on the channel, please make sure that you support that. Cop a shirt or something like that, whatever. Show your support for this channel and me. I've been doing this for a minute now. I'm one of the people that prosper very quickly, and other people that have been on here 10, 15 years, some of them damn near, they talk the most. You know, watch out for those people. If you ever, here's a quick tip for YouTube. If you ever did somebody on YouTube, right, and they're talking the most and they write you a freaking paragraph, click first of all and see how many followers they got. That's the first thing to do. If you see that person that's got 6 followers, don't go by. All right? One more time, guys, before I get up out of here. Let you guys see. Unfortunately, I couldn't go in here, but this is the location in the actual mosque where Malcolm X was shot and killed here. And you guys give me 1 second. I'll do you a square because a couple of y'all that showed up. Give me 1 minute. The actual mosque itself is closed for some renovations. So you guys are going to have to sit with me while I do it like this and do it like that. But we're going to do it today, okay? So it's going to be the real ghetto edition, okay? And I know these folks is like, what? I got every right to be here. This is the actual mosque. Let me go to this one. This was a better window. Yeah, this is a better window right here. This is the actual mosque, as you can see right there. Malcolm X and Dr. Betty Shabazz right there on that memorial. This is the actual mosque where Malcolm X was shot and killed. And I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. Let me bring this over here. That's actually Malcolm, which I don't even have to tell you guys right there on the stage and that. And I'm sorry about this. Like I said, once again, the mosque is closed. But right there where you see that statue standing, and there's a podium right. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. Give me 1 second, guys. I had this perfect earlier. I don't know what I did, but I had it perfect. Okay, right there where you see that statue when it's standing on the podium was where Malcolm was standing there when he was shot and killed. So this is the actual mosque where Malcolm X was shot and killed right here. It's been made into an education center, which usually you can tour, but because of renovations, I'm pretty sure these renovations are kind of on flight from, this is federally protected, so that's a good thing, at least by the state of New York, and I'm concerned on their behalf. So right here is what you're seeing is the best I can do right now. But right there towards the back right there, you'll see Betty Shabazz, you'll see Malcolm X, and then right there on the stage, you'll see Malcolm. And that's where he would have been standing when he was shot. The chairs and everything like that would have been lined up. I know you guys can't tell from here, but it's quite a bit of space inside there. You can kind of tell by the way I'm zooming in and zooming out. And like I told everybody earlier, when this place opens back up, I will definitely be back here or whatever. But I had to give you guys something. I was like, I'm not going to, I came all the way down here from CT to show y'all that went out all the way. I'm 35 minutes away, but you get the point. So right there would have been where Malcolm X was standing when he was shot and killed. That's a picture of Malcolm right there, and that's actually Betty. Unfortunately, I can't go in here today because the mosque is closed for renovations. But there was a nice guy that, explained everything to me or whatever. But this is the Audubon Ballroom, formerly. And this is what you're seeing right here. And I'm sorry, once again, guys, I can't go in here. But we're going to do what we can. So once again, if you just turn in right there where that statue was standing is, right there, that would have been where Malcolm was standing at when he was shot and killed. That's a picture of Betty Shabazz right there, excuse me. To the far, you guys right. Far right there in the middle is Malcolm. And there's some other pictures which I can't distinguish who they are. And this is the actual ballroom, the Audubon Ballroom, where Malcolm was shot and killed. This is my little last day of Black History Month. Unfortunately, it was snowing yesterday in my state, so I couldn't move around. Right here, as you can see, etched in the glass is an X. And right here, this is the date that he was buried. And right here is his name, Alhaj Malik Shabazz. This is the day he was born, 5/19/1925. Alhaj Malik Shabazz. So this is the actual temple formerly the Audubon Ballroom. Malcolm X was shot and killed. But unfortunately, we can't go in here because the mosque is closed for renovations. But right there, if you see right there, that's Betty Shabazz. This is another thing that they had right here. Let me zoom this out. I love Samsung. Thank you for having a zoom when I'm doing what I'm doing. I can't articulate or read any of this. As soon as I zoom in, it's going to get blurry because of the glass. But I wanted to give you guys at least something to come up here and let you guys see and not leave with nothing. So, sometimes you got to make things happen. But right there would have been all the seats or whatever. The place is actually more spaces than it's appearing on camera. So I could see literally there being at least a minimum, probably 80 people in there at one given time. But this is where it happened. And when you see those seats lined up or whatever the case may be or whatever, it all happened right here as depicted in the movie Malcolm X. I'm going to take you guys around one more thing outside the building, let you guys see that real quick. And see the architecture here. This building has been here for a very long time. But like I said, once again, that would have been where Malcolm X was standing at. And then right beside there, that would have been the two, what's the name? So dope enough. All right, guys, let me pan this back around. So you can see right there. That's commemorative plaque for Malcolm, Betty Shabazz. And then I'm going to take you guys outside here. You can see some of the architecture that's up here too. It's amazing. Malik Shabazz, Alhaj Malik Shabazz. Look at this crown crescent right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's actually for the building's owners. This is the actual mosque where Malcolm X was killed. Guys, let's go back on the replay and you can see what you want. Guys, do remember, next year, make sure you do something for Black History Month, undoubtedly. We need people to do more, and if you couldn't come to a place like this or many other places or whatever the case may be, it's a sad situation, especially for Black History Month. I would have did this yesterday. Like I said, it snowed where I was at, guys, so I had unfortunately I was shut down. But this is actually where Malcolm X was shot and killed, right here. This is the actual mosque. So I wanted to bring you guys up here, let you guys see that. It's about to get a little dark in a minute here or whatever. Plus I put out my signal. Guys, make sure you hit up the Cash App. I am traveling, moving around or whatever. I want to bring this to you guys. So make sure you support me like you support everybody else. You can do so at $STRINGERBELL80. Again, that's StringerBell80 on Cash App. Go hit me with $10 or $15 so I can give me a hot chocolate or something. It's getting a little nippy out here, but I wanted to make sure that I brought this stuff to you. See what I said? That somebody just hopped off. It's amazing. Y'all talk about scams and stuff like that, but you got to support some of the real guys too. That's all I'm going to say about that. If you decide to, make sure you hit up the Cash App. Glad I can bring this to you. Show this to your kids. Let them know that I was here today at the actual site where Malcolm X was shot and killed, this mosque right here. Other than that, guys, I will talk to you later and I'll catch up.